All right, so every once in a while, a brand reaches out to me and asks me, hey, do you want to be a part of a launch of a product? I'm like, sure, I get to play around with a product that hasn't even come out yet. Why not? And that is exactly what happened with this BioLite Charge 100 Max. Now, I had tested their 20 PD a while back, which was their much smaller version, and with this 100 series version coming out now, I wanted to do a video about it. Now, I've had this thing about 3 weeks. Today is actually launch day of this product. If you're watching this in the future, that is August 7th of 2024. And I wanted to share with you guys my initial thoughts on it and exactly what I think about it. So in this video, I'm gonna tell you exactly what it is, but I'm also gonna tell you the things that I do like about it, that I don't like about it, and exactly who this thing is for. And really quick, going back, this was gifted to me by the brand, but all opinions are my own. So let's get right into it. But before we do, actually, if you guys do want to purchase this anytime during the video, I do have a link down in the description and the top comment if you wanted to purchase it for yourself. And now we'll actually move on and do the review. So what is the Charge 100 from BioLite? This is the newest addition to their smaller power delivery banks. They have some larger versions, which are called a base charge, and then they have these PD versions, and this is the largest version of that. It's more for people to keep in their backpacks rather than taking it out camping, but this is the largest version of their smaller versions. And so this is a 25,000 milliamp battery that can charge laptops in between 1 to 2 times, or if you wanted to do AirPods, you can do it up to 35 times. It has 3 USB-C ports, 2 of which allow for 100 watts of charging to any of your devices that allow for that, and then 1 USB-C that can only handle up to 15 watts. And one of the 100 watt USB-Cs I mentioned earlier is going to also be how you charge the device, and that is 65 watts of charging towards the battery. Finally, for those that haven't quite made a complete change over to USB-C, there is a USB-A port for you as well, and that's a 15 watt out as well. However, the feature that kind of stood out to me, and is probably one of the most important things about this charge pack, is that it does have wireless charging. Now, I actually have an iPhone 15 Pro, which is what I'm using to film right now, and it does work really, really well. And I think that's only up to 25 watts of out, and it is a pretty noticeable difference in charge speed. However, it is nice having that wireless charging ability, especially since all of these different charging capabilities can be used at the same time. However, it is maxed out at 120 watts of output charge at any point in time, but you still could technically charge up to 5 devices at a time. It does weigh 1.3 pounds and is 5.5 inches by 4.4 inches by 1.4 inches, which is essentially a little bit shorter than my 15 Pro and a little bit wider, and which makes it a pretty compact size. And so with that said, let's get into the things that I do like about this charge pack, and then we'll get into the things that I don't like, as those might be more important to you. The number one thing that I do like is its wireless charging capabilities. Now, there aren't many charge packs out there right now that have wireless charging, and it is a really nice feature, especially since I have a 15 Pro that has wireless charging. It's really nice to just be able to kind of throw it on there and let it charge. It may not be as fast as the normal charging, but it is considerably easier. You don't have to worry about cords or anything like that, and it's a really nice thing to be able to have on a charge pack that you can take with you. The number two thing that I like is its compact sizing. Now, I did quite a bit of research trying to find other charge packs in that 25,000 milliamp size, and it appears that it is going to be a little bit more compact than most of the competition, especially considering it has wireless charging built in. And so it is a little bit more compact. However, we're going to get a little bit more into the weight of it a little bit later in this video. The next thing I like is that it can charge up to 5 devices at a time because it has 3 USB-C, it has the USB-A, and then it has the wireless charging. Each of those can be used at any point in time, all at the same time if you wanted to. And it's just nice to know no matter what devices you need to charge or how many friends or anything like that that need to charge their devices, this one pack can do it all at one time. However, make sure that you aren't needing to charge anything over 120 watts altogether, because again, that is the max that it can do at any point in time. And then number 4, I actually really like the styling of BioLite's PD series. These little power delivery banks are pretty cool looking. They have a really nice matte finish to them, and I really like the 2 colors they've chosen between this kind of yellowish orange and the gray. It looks really nice, and it just kind of sets itself apart from the rest of the competition, and I like that. All right, so what do I not like about this power bank? It isn't perfect by any means, and so make sure to pay attention to this to see if it's a deal breaker for you. The number one downside to this is actually a downside to a lot of these power banks, especially these larger 25,000 milliamp battery banks, is they are pretty heavy. This thing goes in at 1.3 pounds, so it definitely is heavy in the hand, and it definitely adds quite a bit of weight to your pack. So it's kind of a choice and a decision you have to make of, all right, I am going to add quite a bit of weight to my pack. It's just a choice you have to make, and it is heavy and a big downside of these larger battery packs. The number two thing is, after doing quite a bit of research into other battery banks that are competitors to this, I kind of wish it had a little bit better screen. Now, it has a tiny little LED light that kind of lights up to let you know how much battery is left. However, I wish it had more information. I wish it was an LCD screen that maybe lets you know exactly the capacity to the percentage, or maybe how much charge is going through, especially since it maxes out at 120 watts. It'd be nice to know, hey, you're at 115 watts, you're at 25 watts, that kind of stuff. It would be nice to have that information so that you can know, oh yeah, we can throw on another device and it's not something that we have to worry about. It's not going to slow down the charge of my other devices. And then finally, the third and last thing that I don't really like about their battery pack is it kind of annoys me that I have to push the button to do wireless charging. So when I throw my 15 Pro on the battery pack, it doesn't actually work right away when I'm using the wireless charging. You actually have to push this little gray button on the side of the battery pack, and then you put your device on there to be able to wirelessly charge. I actually didn't notice that right off the bat, and I always kind of wondered why my phone was not charging correctly, and I realized, oh, I have to push this little button to get the wireless charging to work. So you just got to remember to do that every time you throw it on the battery pack. So if this is something you use all the time, it might be something you miss every once in a while just because you are used to throwing your phone on a wireless charger and it just working. That said, it works just like any other kind of MagSafe product. You can feel it actually kind of brings it into place on that wireless charger. And so that is about it that I don't like. So who exactly is this battery pack for? And it's for people probably that are going to be traveling quite a bit. Now, I have had this for about 3 weeks now. I don't do a ton of traveling, but I've had it on my countertops and on my table and that kind of stuff, just so it's been around and I can kind of use it every once in a while. It's not something that I use a ton, and honestly, because of that, probably one of their smaller versions that are also cheaper might be a better solution for me. However, if you're somebody that travels a lot, or say goes on road trips, or maybe is on the bus a lot, or mass transit a lot, or it might actually be a really good solution for you so you don't have to charge it quite so often so that it has a max capacity. Or if you need to be able to charge your laptop consistently throughout the day and don't have access to something like a wall charging unit, this could be a really good solution for you. At 25,000 milliamps, it's an awesome device and can keep you charged pretty much all day. However, if you're somebody that just kind of every once in a while needs it, the price point might be a little bit higher than you need, and you might just want to go with their smaller units, maybe the 20 PD that they also have sent me. It's a pretty good device. So if you found this video at all helpful, make sure to subscribe, as I do have a lot of videos like this coming out here soon, and also make sure to like it as it helps me on the algorithm. And if you have thoughts on this device, make sure to leave it down in the comments, and I'll see you next time.